Hello, hello, Bethany here from Just Be Scrap and welcome. Today I'm going to share with you a box project that I actually picked up from the Graphic 45's, I think their blog. I think it was in an email somewhere from one of their design team members. I cannot find the project again. I will look, but I couldn't figure out where I found it at. Anyway, so if you're the designer that I got this idea from, thank you very much. Very inspiring. So what inspired me, first of all, was the way she used the ATC box. It is a box. The lid usually closes right here. She stood her straight up. Backed it with paper on both sides, and I loved it. Put it on a platform and then a pedestal. Fabulous idea. So I had to try it. Now mine looks nothing like theirs, which is good because that's essentially what the design team is for, is to get you thinking in a new way. So she definitely got me thinking in a new way. I say she, it could have been a he for all I know, but I'm pretty sure it was a lady. Excuse me. Also, my other reason for doing this is because a good friend of mine lost someone very dear to her recently, and I wanted to give her a spot to record memories as they start coming to her, things she doesn't want to forget. I don't know if any of you have lost people close to you. I've lost grandparents over the years, some that I were close with, some that I was not. And it's nice to have a place where you can just jot down things as they come. So this is meant as a tabletop piece, a decorative home decor piece. She can set it in her bedroom, so it's a little more in a private spot so people just can't come up and read it. But essentially, that's what it is. I use the Graphic 45's A Lady's Diary on it, mostly. There's some Prima mixed in with maybe another or one or two pieces of paper from different lines. But most of it's the Graphic 45's Lady's Diary line. The way that I set it up, let's first of all talk about the, excuse me, let's talk about the box, the way that this is all set up. First of all, as I said, we already talked about this, the ATC box is where I started. I covered it in paper on the sides, the front, the back. I set it on a wood piece that I picked up at Michael's. The wood piece I did sand down real good so there's no splintery edges or anything like that. Gessoed it in black. I found a pedestal piece that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. Gessoed it as well in black. Used some seam binding that I dyed with one of my sprays. Same that I did up here with my flowers. Same color line, all matches the paper line. I have a doily, was my first piece down on my platform. I did use a metallic luster paint to give it that coppery brownish look. I did it on both sides so that from the front it even still has that metallic look. That is what my base is. My box sits on the whole base. The box is glued down so it's not going anywhere. And then I just embellished around the platform. I have lots of flowers, first of all, is the first thing you'll notice. On this side, starting over here, I have a little camera charm. I have a Tim Holtz Token Cherish charm, the Memoirs pin nib. I have a couple of butterflies. Of course, the flower. There's a spool that I used the Graphic 45 paper line on. Add some twine around that. I have a clothespin with some twine on that, and I'll explain the clothespin in a minute. I did some fussy cutting, as you've noticed probably by now. I have the Lady's Diary cut out up here. I have this little rose over here, and then this rose I cut out from the paper line. They all have, actually this one does not, but these two roses have a little bit of glossy accents just to give them some shine. There's a fan. There's a pair of scissors with a tassel. The tassel is attached, but the scissors kind of hang from the chain. I've seen over the years ladies that use their scissors a lot, usually quilters, have that little defining piece so they know whose is whose pair of scissors. So that's where the tassel came in at. More flowers. I have a pearl straight pin stuck in there, a little heart charm that says love, couple of snaps, some more flowers. And then on the back is where the fussy cutting certainly shows. The Great Big Lady's Diary piece I cut out. I backed it in black. And then I cut it super close because I wanted it to just give some oomph. Is that a word? Oomph. I wanted it to stand out on the background paper. So I think the black does the job, kind of makes it stand out a bit. I have some more decorative pieces up top with some, excuse me, some crocheted lace, and then the paper lace from the paper line, some stamps. This little rectangle piece over here actually was an add-on later. I had the lady's diary sticking off this, but from the front it looked kind of funny. So that's why that rose piece that's why that piece ever even got there. It's because I just thought it looked funny with the lady's diary behind without something backing it on the front. That's pretty much it. I do have a couple of the postcards down here, just because diaries, you think of writing and whatnot. This actually comes, this postcard on the top is actually a stamp that comes from the Graphic 45's Ladies Diary stamp line. So that's my box essentially, where everything is housed. Now I said I would come back to this little clothespin. The way that the clothespin works, and I can't remember if the design team members did this or not. I don't think so, because like I said, her project was totally different than mine. When all my tags are stuck in, you've got memories written down, blah, 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 you find a favorite photo. That photo can just sit right there. Which again, kind of goes along with this side being a little bit more open, with this tag hanging out back here. My border strip stopped on that side, so it kind of leaves this whole side open. I thought that would be a really good place to leave open for a photo. Another reason why my little spool is there, because it kind of acts as a little table stand too, to keep that photo in place. Now let's talk about the tags. The tags real quick. There are 6 large tags and then 3 of the small tags. Now the small tags actually came, these 3 smaller ones came with the ATC box. So that's standard when you get that box set up. These tags, the way I set them up, first of all, the paper line came with these little 3 journal spots. One says remember, memories, thoughts. So I put ahead and added those in. And then on the back I put some quotes that I thought were somewhat appropriate. On these tags, you'll see that I have them backed with paper, but there's 2 little journaling spots. They are double-sided. I just printed this on my computer, cut it out to the size I wanted, inked up the edges and whatnot, and then I put them down here. I had a photo tuck. I found that they kept falling through anyway, so I added on the, I'm sorry, I have a belly band, but they kept falling through, so that's why I added the photo tucks. But they're all pretty much set up the same, double-sided here with the belly band and the photo tuck. And then on the back, they all have the same setup essentially, and then they have these little bitty mini books that stick inside of them. These were really fun to do. I just did lined pages for her, so she could add more stories, more thoughts, more memories, have a place to keep them all. And really, honestly, once she gets those filled out, if she's got more stories, she can come back in just with a piece of paper's getting stuck. She could come back in and add more stories just on a piece of paper and stick it in the bottom, and then stick all her tags on top of it. So it doesn't even have to be on what I've made for her. She could always add more to it later on her own if she wanted to. So the way I stack them up is I just do a couple of the big tags and then throw in one of the small tags, a couple of the big tags, and then the small tag. And then it all sits right in here for the lady's diary. And then she could have, like I said, a little small photo up front of this person that she's remembering. And what a fantastic piece. What a great memory piece. I think that my friend will really, really like this. I hope she appreciates it. I think she will. When she gets past the grief of losing this person that was so close to her, so dear to her. But I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment me. Check out my blog. I'm going to try to get this up here within the next couple of weeks. That is justbescrap at blogspot.com. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.